Welcome to Gimme Five. Enough. Hillary Rodham Clinton, who co-runs the Clinton Foundation, voted to go to war in Iraq. Rubio didn't. Jeb Bush didn't. Hillary Clinton did. Has anybody asked her how she would vote now, knowing what we know now? Oh, I forgot, Hillary doesn't answer questions from the media. More.
It was not a mistake. The president, based on, this is the way the real world works, the president, based on the information that was provided
But she was saying based on the information.
No, but look,
she was saying based on what we know now.
Well, based on what we know now, a lot of them, based on what we know now, I wouldn't have, thought Manny Pacquiao was going to beat in that fight a couple of weeks ago.
You were asked the same question, and you said it made sense.
No, it was not the same question.
I mean, this is such a waste of time, a colossal waste of time, a game of gotcha. And what's it all about? An invasion that was ordered 12 years ago under different circumstances? Here's more.
The question was whether it was a mistake, and my answer was it's not a mistake. I still say it was not a mistake, because the president was presented with intelligence that said Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. It was governed by a man who had committed atrocities in the past with weapons of mass destruction.
But what she asked you was it a mistake to go to war with Iraq?
It was not a mistake, given the fact that what the president knew at the time.
No, she didn't say that. She just said, was it a mistake?
That's not the same question. The question I was asked is what you know now. Well, based on what we know now, I think everyone agrees.
Was it a mistake? Was it a mistake to go to war with Iraq?
It wasn't.
I'm asking you just.
Yeah, I understand, but it's not the same question.
And on, and on, and on, and really, who cares? But it went on.
But that's the question I'm asking you. Was it a mistake to go?
It was not a mistake for the president to decide to go into Iraq, because at the time he was told.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you.
In hindsight.
Yes.
Well, the world is a better place because Saddam Hussein is not there.
So was it
I
a
wouldn't
mistake
characterize
or
it. But I don't understand the question you're asking.
I'm asking you, knowing everything, as we sit here in 2015.
But that's not the way presidents don't. A president cannot make a decision on what someone might know in the future.
But that's what I'm asking you. Was it a mistake?
It was not a mistake for the president to go into Iraq based on the information he was provided as president.
That's right. And here's, again, it just keeps going on. And now he's answered the question. More. Today,
we know if the president had known that there were no weapons of mass destruction at the time, you still would have had to deal with Saddam Hussein, but the process would have been different. I doubt very seriously that the president would have gotten, for example, congressional approval to move forward with an invasion had they known there were no weapons of mass destruction. That does not mean he made the wrong decision. Because at the time he was presented with intelligence
I understand
that said there are weapons of mass destruction. He wasn't dealing with a Nobel Peace Prize winner. He was dealing with Saddam Hussein, and he made the right decision based on the information he had at that time.
Yes, and what do you think?
We've learned subsequently that that information was wrong, and my answer was, well, if at the time it would have been apparent that the intelligence was wrong, I don't think George Bush would have moved forward on the invasion, and he certainly wouldn't have had congressional approval. But presidents don't have the benefit of hindsight. You have to make difficult decisions based on the information that's before you at that moment.
I think he handled it very well. But it really was like an Abbott and Costello routine, don't you think?
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
You ain't saying nothing to me yet. Go ahead and tell me.
I'm telling him.
You ain't said nothing yet. Go ahead and tell me.
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
You know the guy's names on the baseball team?
Yes.
Well, go ahead. Who's on first?
Yes.
I mean the guy's name.
Who?
The guy playing first.
Who?
The guy playing first base.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Who is on first?
What are you asking me for? I don't know.
That's really what it reminded me of. And so there was some good to come out of that interview with Chris Wallace and Marco Rubio. My son and I watched the 8.5-minute version of Who's on First, and it was well worth watching. So we did have some positive come out of it. All right, folks, we're coming right back with another hour of the Steve Malzberg Show. Don't go away.